Hello. Hi, welcome to your impromptu on the spot while I'm at a wedding reading. So this reading is going to be pretty short. We're just going to pop in here and take a little checkaroo and see what the energy is. I wanted to do one quickly where I was, but the music was pretty loud and I don't think I can have the music on the video. So I snuck out to my car quick because I do feel called to do an energy check-in. So I have these little tiny tarot cards in my purse. I don't even know what the name of the deck is. That's what the back looks like. I'll try to find the name for you, but always follow and trust that divine inner guidance that's in you and try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound based in love for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. And let's begin. Let's see what God's source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. I feel like I'm going to read the cards a little different. Let me just pull a bunch of cards and see how they flow together in a story. Let's see how it goes. So what is the overall energy situation to know about? Please and thank you. Something is coming back into balance. The divine masculine and feminine. Somebody's getting rid of impurities, finding their center, feeling that Goldilocks zone kind of energy. Also, there's a situation right now that is heavily protected by divine energy. Also, guidance by spirit, guidance by God and the universe. If something was imbalanced, I feel like somebody had more of an allowance, and that's why there's this centering of energy instead of it being kind of all over the place. I feel like some of you might be dealing with a situation where maybe there's different emotions involved, whether that's within yourself or between you and others. And I feel like I hear acceptance. There's something that's becoming more acceptable, or somebody's finally accepting something, because I feel like somebody was resisting something before. Maybe, I mean, this is balance. You have justice. So also there's something here where if usually the typical justice card, this curtain is up behind the person sitting there with the scale and the sword, and that curtain has come down. So maybe it's winds of change. You also have the sun at the bottom. Something is going to, I'm going to take that and keep pulling. There's something coming through that feels like a breath of fresh air. It feels like so much relief now that there's a different perspective on a situation, or you finally have been gifted ultimate clarity on anything that was confusing. I feel like some of you were almost imbalanced because you didn't have all the information, or you didn't see what was going on behind a closed door, or you were filling in the gaps on something and you wanted to make a solid, clear decision or go in a certain direction, but your footing was off because you didn't really have the map, or the compass was wonky, or yeah, I'm getting like something was lost in translation. It's almost like you had the map, but then you're not in the right territory. So, you know, when you put the GPS, I know at least in America, you know, when you put the GPS in and you have the address, at least I've done this, and you put the wrong state, and then you're way off your path. You know, the address was right, but there was something missing in the details. That's kind of what I'm getting. Whatever was missing in the details is definitely being revealed. There's something about this decision with justice where it feels a lot better. It feels like it actually feels nurturing. I feel like you did want to take care of someone or something, but you just didn't know how without all of the puzzle pieces. Also, sometimes justice is where you sign something. It can be the justice system, the court. It looks like if you're doing anything with the court, documents, anything like that, it's definitely going to turn out in your favor. You're going to be really happy about a decision. Because I always feel like it's a little bit weird before that knowing. Once you know, now you know how to flow. Also, you have, I mean, the sun in a reading is just ultimate clarity, happiness, joy, appreciation, feeling like a child, feeling like you just want to get out there and play and have a good time. And it's feeling truth. It's feeling like you are really embodying yourself or really stepping into who you were supposed to become. There's something about you ridding of impurities as well with the Temperance, because it's getting rid of that heavy lead energy and transmuting that lead energy, whether that's a person, a place, a thing, a situation, you know, a vibration in you, a thought pattern, and you're turning it into this golden energy instead. Those are all really big. You have 14, 11, and 19. They're all major arcana. Let's get one more. Clarify the sun. Oh, well, that would be appropriate since I'm at a wedding, which I probably should get back to. So you got, I love the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is, I like it even better than the Lovers. And that's just my personal opinion, but the vibration of it always feels so sweet and sassy at the same time. It feels like soulmates. It feels like this is an is energy rather than a big choice. It's just two people that meet each other and feel like they are them true. They're living their truth around that person. In other words, no need for a mask. You know, you're comfortable in your birthday suit here, riding that stallion. Okay. And it's coming in with that cup. And if you need a little more, the other person will help you. But then it's equal back and forth. It's never one person being completely depleted in that cup. There's also a lot of healing with this, because look at that caduceus, and you have two doves. There's definitely a healing in a partnership. If this is a new person you are meeting, it feels like a ray of sunshine has just entered into your life, and that's how that person feels about you as well. Something flows and entwines so beautifully. Maybe something is both grounded but lifted off and elevated. You have maybe the energy of even Leo there, because you have that Lion. Maybe something around August, or August is an important time. Also, there's a strength around a certain connection coming in. I mean, maybe something had to really come back into balance first before this could come in. Maybe somebody had to not just hold on to something super tightly, but actually allow something to flow with the natural rhythm of the earth for this to come in. Maybe somebody listened to their higher self, their guardian angels, archangels, God, source, to really follow that divine intuition and inspiration towards a certain person. And now this doesn't have to be love for all of you. This could be a brand new best friend, reconnecting with a best friend. This could be a family member. This could be a business partner, but usually it's a lover. Usually it's a soulmate. But there's this entwining of energy where it's not just a single facet situation. It's usually multi-dimensional, and it looks like it's probably something that was it was like written in the stars. It was something that it feels like destined by heaven, or heaven sent. That's kind of what I'm getting. Maybe somebody has a heavenly scent. Maybe you're really attracted to how somebody smells. Their pheromones, hey, maybe their cologne, their deodorant, their their hair stuff, whatever it is. There's something about somebody's smell that you're gonna really like, and maybe somebody has good boots. But definitely there's a healing, especially with these two doves and the caduceus. Maybe somebody actually was going through some kind of healing process from anything they were going through in the past. If anybody was waiting for somebody else to make a solid decision in their life or reveal some information, what was going on behind the scenes or behind a closed door, it's going to be revealed. And maybe somebody comes back into your world if that is your particular situation. But I feel like for a lot of you, this might actually be somebody new. I didn't realize that my phone was going to lose juice. I plugged it in. I got a little more juice here. Let's just quickly get you one more one more final card. I brought the Telepathy Oracle, and that's what I got in my purse. So one more final message that would be helpful for this reading, please. And thank you. What's one last message? Telepathy. It's the Telepathy Oracle. So maybe there's someone that you're going to meet and you don't, maybe it's not even about the long conversations. It's just when you think about this person, it's like that entwining of energy. You're in sync with each other. And, you think about someone, they send you a text. Close soul connections, harmoniously synchronized, reenactment of telepathic moments. That's pretty deep. So there's going to be a deep connection with a certain person, or that's already somebody that you have met. If you have had lack of communication as of late, I do see that changing. And I feel like even without the direct communication or texts or phone calls, that you still felt this person. So I want to say, don't give up hope if that's, what really calls to your soul. Let's get you una más final message. That's your final message. Yes. If you were wondering, and it's telling you right now the best guidance is for you to follow your higher self. Follow the guidance from God, from source, from your soul. It's an inner knowing here. Trust your intuition. And trust your intuition not just with one situation. Trust your intuition on how to bring something back into balance. Trust your intuition if you need to see something through a higher perspective, or even recognize somebody else's perspective, and that helps you make a decision overall. Trust your discernment with anything that made you feel wobbly, or anything that feels heavy like that lead that you need to let go of. Trust your intuition when you walk in a room and it feels like a certain vibration, whether that's sunshine or rain clouds. And you'll always be guided. Trust yourself. The answer is in you. And if it was you wondering a simple yes or no, this is where you find that yes energy. And sometimes if it's not yet a yes because something's behind the curtain, or something's working itself out because it's currently out of your hands, yes, just allow that to work itself out. And whatever does come into your world, when it feels like that sunshine energy, when it feels like there's just this inner knowing, then go through that open door. Go down that direction and see where it leads you. Sometimes you have to go, around the long route, or take the scenic route to end up at maybe a shortcut, because I feel like the crossroads you are meant to eventually get back to, if you felt like you missed it, you're gonna be led back to where you're supposed to be. What is meant for you will not pass you by. And time is kind of an illusion, so do something with your time today where you feel that energy of sunshine. That being said, I'm going to go back and dance a little bit. So I love you so much. I hope this reading was helpful. I look forward to seeing you very soon. Bye.